afternoon, YouTubers. I think it's still good morning in the UK, but wherever you are in the world, as she says. I'm talking about trolls today. I see the Alex Belfield trolls are bang at it at the moment. There's this guy.
Can I just point something out? They may be people who hate Alex, who are making him look bad.
Yeah.
This is the thing with trolling. The problem is normally they're anonymous. In our case, we're quite lucky because, well, I don't want to go into it, but we discovered exactly who Wally's trolls are. But with the help of a few other YouTubers, I might add, the big problem is the police don't do their fucking job 99% of the time.
They're not interested. Not asked. I mean, what have you got to bribe them? You've got to give them money.
You've got to be
do
rich.
Their job.
I'm not saying Alex is nice. I'm not saying he was right. I'm not saying he was wrong. But it does seem to me that his victims aren't a lot of them radio DJs. They're sort of celebrities. They got a few quid about them. Every time in our instance, in our private life, we've been told that the police are going to do jack shit because it's quite normal. Maybe if we were famous and rich, or members of the royal family, some shit would be done about it. But no, the police are not interested in that.
Anyway, there's this guy I follow on YouTube. I won't say his name, but he's a professor, and people have been ringing him up in the night, pretending to be Alex Belfield. Oh, it's Alex's voice anyway, giving him grief.
It's recordings. It's obvious.
Alex is in jail, right? You hadn't noticed that. You don't get internet in jail. You don't have a mobile phone. You got nothing, right? The only thing you have got access to is a phone. Right, you can use the phone, you can arrange video calls, but it's all recorded by the prison, so nobody in prison is making phone calls to people in the middle of the night, menacing them, okay?
So does this fella seriously think it's actually Alex?
He doesn't know, he's a professor.
Well, if he's a professor, he should be able to...
university, he's never been to prison, has he?
I'm sorry, no. He's a fucking moron then. If the guy, I mean, I don't know who you're talking about. No, don't interrupt me on this, I don't know who you're talking about. But if this guy really is a professor, he's no business being one. He's a fucking moron. If he thinks someone can make threatening calls from jail, he should be put in a fucking lunatic asylum. He certainly shouldn't have a bloody YouTube channel. The guy's a cretin of the highest order if he has any doubt or thinks there might be a smidgen it's Alex. What an idiot. I'm sorry, no. Is he going to be accusing the dead of ringing him up as well? What sort of professor is he? A professor of what?
Before you run off at the mouth, you should watch his video.
No, I'm not. I'll take your word for it. Some cunt, sorry, there's no other word for it, some cunt thinks a prisoner is phoning them up, making threatening phone calls, and that the prison service allow that. Good God.
Obviously not.
I'm sorry, I've heard it all
Anyway,
now.
so you've got trolls out there who are probably pro-Alex or hate Alex or whatever, and they're making loads of shit about Alex in the background, and the poor guy's in jail. He's oblivious to it all.
Well, he's got an excellent alibi.
That's true.
Apart from this professor who doesn't think that's a good enough alibi.
Well, he had complained that people wake him up in the night. Well, he doesn't know, does he? He doesn't know what the situation is.
I'm sorry, no. Now, if he was a half-wit, which he clearly is, but you say he's a professor, are you sure he's a professor? He's not just pretending to be a professor?
Well, I don't know him from Adam. He's just got a YouTube channel and he says he's a professor. And
well, he's got to be a nutter. Absolute nutter.
He speaks a lot of common sense. I mean, I've been listening to the guy for a while. He doesn't come across as a crank at all.
But he doesn't understand that you can't make crank calls from a prison.
Obviously not.
I want to go to work soon. It just makes me angry. Stupid people like that. He fucking deserves to get phone calls in the middle of the night.
World's full of stupid people.
If he's that stupid, really stupid.
Well, there you go.
What I'd like to know is why the police will act for the rich, the famous, but the rest of us, we're just dog shit. Don't matter. Well, I have had a bit of a result recently with the police. Long may that last. And long may they kick that door in. I know exactly which door. But, for example, we've had horrible narcissistic psychopaths on our case. And I was telling Annie, hello Annie, kiss, 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 I love Annie. But, I mean, she's horrified about the case with Alex Belfield, and I agree with her. But I was explaining to her this morning by email that one of the things that was done to us as a family was our abusers bribed some school bullies to put our 9-year-old son in the bin upside down and throw rocks at him. Now, this happened outside of school. I phoned the police. They did jack shit. They said, no, that's quite normal. So we went, all right, that's quite normal. We just said to little Ben, that's quite normal. He was like, really? I said, you just got to live with it. The old Bill won't do jack shit to help. We're not rich. We're not famous. They said, go to the school. The school said it's nothing to do with us. It happened outside school premises. Quite right, too. So you've got to be rich, you've got to be famous, you've got to be somebody, or the police
do you
won't
remember
help.
That cunt who was covered in tattoos, like, who came up to you and threatened to cut your throat?
Oh, God, yes. Yes, he said, I'm going to come and cut your throat, I'm going to cut Graham's throat, and I'm going to cut... And he was physically here. And the old Bill went, it's not that big a deal, that's quite normal. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Well, and we've got all the evidence of this, oh my God.
So how is that not a death threat? Oh, it's nothing. Oh, I'm a policeman.
There's something wrong with social media. There's something wrong with the police. I mean, that piglet, horrible pig video, Twitter say that's actually lovely. That's a work of art. That's okay. And it's the same people do the mucky side that makes it. And YouTube say, oh, that's lovely. That's just a work of art. Well, we've downloaded all those videos because I think they're going to delete them quite soon. And we've got the one where they're crowing, shout out to Piggy and Caris Cartier, and look at this, isn't this lovely? No going back on any of that.
You don't need to worry. I've recorded them all.
Yep. I think it's going to look very bad for YouTube and Twitter in the long run. And the police.
Well, they're not.
They're all going to be, oh, well, I didn't mean to say it like that. Of course, we're taking it seriously. Whoopsie doodle. Some people are going to go through some things, and I'm getting angry, so we're going to end it there, if that's all right, Graham.